Hi guys, welcome to English 4. Right, so I'm recording this clip because I'm afraid that we wouldn't have enough time in class because we only have like a class left together and then the rest is all exams. So anyway, normally as I was saying that this semester we're doing unit 5, 6 and 8, but this page that you can see right now on screen, it's from unit 7. Okay, this is going to be in your quiz too, as well as your final exam. Okay, so that's why I would like to take time, recording this, not just trying to squeeze everything in class and then you don't really get anything. Right, okay. So if you have your book with you, it's on page 205. If not, you can just look at the screen, no problem at all. Okay, as you can see here, we're talking about adverb phrases of reason. When you see the word phrase or phrases, you're thinking about a group of words, right? So in this case, on this page, we have two things that, for you to compare two things. Adverb clauses here and adverb phrase. When you see the word clause, you would think about a subject and a verb, okay? Similar to a sentence, really. Right. If you look at the screen now, if you look at the page here, adverb clauses of reason give information about why an action occurs. So they usually begin with a subordinator such as because or since. When the subjects, have a look at this part. When the subjects of both clauses are the same, an adverb clause can often be reduced to an adverb phrase. Okay, this might sound a little bit confusing, but as we go through, I hope that I can give you more information so you understand this more. Honestly speaking, I don't really care about the names, like adverb phrases of reason, adverb phrases of time, whatsoever. I don't really pay attention to that too much. I just want you guys to be able to see, the grammar part or see words and then you're able to use it. That's the main thing. Okay, right. Okay, let's have a look on this page then. Normally when we say adverb clause or just an adverb in general, if you're talking about an adverb, that means that single word, okay, or that clause actually modifies or gives information about a verb or an adjective. Okay, that's an adverb. Right. So if you look at the example here, since they realized that offshore resources would not last forever, oil companies are now considering other sources. So when you see the word they here, you're talking about oil companies, right? So oil companies, they're the same thing. They're the same people, the same group of people. Okay. So when it comes to adverb phrase, as I was saying here, if the subjects of both clauses are the same, adverb clause can turn into adverb phrase. So in the example here, the subjects are the same. So of course you can shorten it. You can reduce the form of it. So it becomes realizing here, realizing that offshore resources will not last forever. Oil companies are now considering other sources. So the first part, this is the first part. This is the second part. The first part changes, right? From a clause, since they realize. So you have your subject, they, you have your verb realize, and then it turns to just realizing. You're taking the verb and put ing after it. Okay, that's it. Right. Second example, because they recognize the importance of this research, the Nobel Committee awarded the Nobel Prize for Chemistry to scientists in this area. Same thing happened here. They recognize. Nobel Committee, same people you're talking about. Okay, so you're just taking the verb Because they recognize, that turns into recognizing the importance of this research. The Nobel Committee awarded the Nobel Prize for Chemistry to scientists in this area. Basically, the second part of the sentence stays the same, right? Okay, so what changes is just the first part of it. That's the reason, okay? Adverb phrases of reason, okay? So you're changing adverb clauses of reason to adverb phrases of reason. That's all. That's the bottom line of this grammar, okay? What you need to be careful about, though, is that when I say here, have a look at the top part here that I'm highlighting. The subjects must be the same. Whenever you have different subjects, okay, for your main clause and for your adverb clause, then you cannot reduce the form. You cannot shorten it anymore, okay? I'll give you an example. For example, if I say, since you're not coming to the party, I don't feel like being here anymore. Well, since in this case is because, right? As you know, okay, so these three words are the same. Since, because, as, okay? Since, because you're not coming to the party, as you're not coming to the party, I don't feel like being here anymore, okay? So this first subject is you. You're not coming, okay? That's the reason. The reason why I don't want to be here is because you're not coming. So you, the word you is the subject, okay? But then for the second part, this is the first part, right, of your sentence. When it comes to the second part, I is the subject. So in this case, you can see that you have two subjects here, you and I. So you cannot change the form of it. You cannot reduce the form of it anymore, okay? It has to stay this way, right? So that's the okay, that's something you have to be careful with. Okay, so right. As you can see here, the first part that we talked about right here, you're using present tense. Okay, you have present simple tense and you have past tense here. Both of them turn into ing. Okay, but be careful when you have something with perfect. Okay, maybe it's past perfect, present perfect. Then when you change your clause to your phrase, you need to use having plus past participle or verb 3 that you always call. Okay. Okay, example. Because they had discovered. That's obviously past perfect. Because they had discovered that methane exists on the ocean floor. Scientists believed this could be a fuel source for the future. Same thing here, they and scientists, these are the same people, right? So you can, of course, reduce the form, okay? But instead of saying discovering, this is past perfect we're talking about. So you have to change it to having discovered. And then this part here to the end stay the same. Okay, so that's the whole thing about adverb phrases of reason. Okay, just to reduce the form when the subjects are the same in both clauses, in both parts of the sentence, Whenever the subjects are not the same, you cannot change it. You have to keep it that way. Okay, I hope that's clear, right? I don't think it's too complicated. Right, so now I would like you guys to take some time, just pause the clip, take some time to do the exercises here, the questions here that we have on this page. So we have exercise A and exercise B, okay? Take some time to do it, pause the clip because I'm not gonna stop now. I'm just gonna go through with the answers, but I really hope you pause it and then you do it yourself first before you actually have a look at the answers. All right. Okay. Number one is actually just an example. They're saying because they want to develop the area, energy companies came to Bristol Bay because they want to do something. Okay. Present simple, right? So you change that to wanting to develop the area, and then the rest stays the same. Okay. Is that clear? I hope that's clear. Right. 1 second. Let's move on to number 2. Okay. Number 2 here. Since they have lived there for centuries, the Alaska natives do not want Bristol Bay to be damaged. As I said, this is perfect, right? Present perfect. If you see perfect, then it has to be this case here. Okay? So, how do we use them? You can't say living there for centuries anymore. Having lived there for centuries, comma, and then the rest here stays the same. The Alaska natives do not want Bristol Bay to be damaged. Okay. Next, because he understands the danger of disease, David Hill warns against further contact with the tribe. He, David Hill, same guy, okay? And understands, you have present simple here. Of course, then in that case, no need to worry about having this, having that. Just make it ing, okay? Understanding the danger of disease. And the rest stays the same. David Hill warns against further contact with the tribe. Okay. Number 4, realizing, well, sorry, because they realized, okay, past tense, past simple. As we were saying, if it's present simple or past simple, we change that to ing. Okay, because they realized that people doubted the tribe's existence, the Brazilian government organized a flight to photograph them. Realizing, oops, sorry. That people doubted the tribe's existence. And then the rest stays the same, okay? Number 5, since she has accepted, here we go again with present perfect. So it has to be, oops, sorry, having, not even legible, sorry, having accepted that more contact. So you see what changes is at the beginning, that's it. The rest is the same as inevitable. Okay, having accepted that more contact with the tribe's people is inevitable, comma, Nicole Berg thinks scientists should be the first people to visit them. The rest stays the same, okay? You just change this part here. Since she has accepted, have been accepted. Oops, sorry. Okay. Right. So, okay. So exercise A, you changed from adverb clauses to adverb phrases. Now, the other way around, okay? They're asking you to change, well, to write full adverb clause from each adverb phrase. So basically phrase to clause, okay, the other way around. Look at the main clause to help you choose the correct word form, even as present, past, or perfect, okay? So they give you an example. Understanding the threat to the tribes people, the government is limiting access to the area where they live. So with the word understanding here, it could be either present or past, right? Because you can't do perfect. You can't do perfect tense at all because it's just ing, not having plus past participle. Okay, so it has to be present or past. How do you know that it has to be present? How do you know that? You look at the rest of your sentence. You look at it. Okay, the rest is the government is limiting. So you can't really use past tense at the front. It has to go together. Okay. Right. Number 2, recognizing the importance of the discovery. Newspapers published the story immediately. If we're going to use because, just use because, okay? It's easy. Because they say newspapers, right? With the S, plural. Because they recognized the importance of the discovery. How do you know that, we have to use past tense? Because of the second part of it, published, right? Past tense. Like I said, both parts have to go together. Okay, number 3, having heard about the discovery of a new tribe, the journalists flew to the area. Okay. Having heard, of course, then it has to turn into perfect. So number 3, because he had heard about discovery of a new tribe, and the rest is the same. The journalist flew to the area. Okay. Number 4, hoping to stop. Whoop, sorry. I keep doing that. Sorry. Number 4, hoping to stop the pebble mine. An alliance of commercial fishermen, native tribes, and concerned citizens asked the government to get involved. Asked. Okay. So basically, these are together, right? Okay, these words are all together. Hoping to stop, like as I said, it could either be present or past. But then you have the word asked, ed, okay, asked. So because they hoped to stop the pebble mine. And then the rest is the same. Okay. They hope to stop, or they hope that they could stop. It's up to you. Okay. Right. And last one, number 5. Having determined that the mine would have a negative impact, the EPA temporarily stopped Northern Dynasty Minerals from building it. Having determined, okay, having determined, EPA is an organization, okay, so you can use a pronoun as it, just one organization, maybe many people in there, but only one organization. Because it had determined. Whoops, sorry. That the mine would have a negative impact. And then the rest, the EPA temporarily stopped Northern Dynasty Minerals from building it, stays the same. This part stays the same. Okay, right. So that is, all you need to know about adverb phrases of reason. I hope this really helps because it's going to be in your quiz, like I said, quiz number 2. Okay. Right. I don't think it's too complicated at all. Okay. As long as you remember the main things that I told you about, you can only change adverb clause to adverb phrase only when the subjects are the same for both parts of your sentence. And regarding the tenses, if you're using present tense or past tense, then you changed it to ing. That's it, ing. But if you're using perfect tense, present perfect or past perfect, you have to change it to having plus past participle or verb 3. Okay, so that's all. These are just, the main information that this is just main information that you need to know. Okay, so I hope it's clear, and I hope this example is clear too. As you can see that if you have different subjects, then you cannot change the form of the structure of your sentence at all. Okay, so that's adverb phrases of reason. Please make sure you understand this, have a look at this, or ask me questions if you have to. Send me an email if it's unclear, okay? Because it's going to be in your quiz, like I said, and I really want you guys to understand this. And once again, I don't really care about the name of it. Adverb phrases, adverb clauses, whatsoever, I don't really care about it. As long as you see this structure and you can use it, that's it. You're done. You're set. Okay. Right. Okay. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope it helps. So, and please make sure that if you don't understand anything, email me. Okay. I'll try to reply to you straight away as soon as I see your email. All right. Cool. Thank you very much, guys.